If you're a boy and you want to make a girl obsessed with you, then keep watching this video.
So what you need to do is get a Commodore 1581 floppy disk drive. This is one of the most rare and sought after disk drives that Commodore ever produced. Between the late 70s and late 80s, Commodore released quite a number of different floppy disk drives for use with their 8-bit computers like the PET, VIC-20, C64, and C128, as well as the TED series machines. And this isn't even all of them. These are just the ones I have. But what makes the 1581 disk drive unique is it's the only disk drive that they released for use with their 8-bit machines that uses 3.5-inch style discs. All of the other ones use the older 5.25-inch discs like this. These 3.5-inch discs had the advantage of being smaller, more durable, and they could hold more data than the older, larger 5.25-inch discs. In fact, this 3.5-inch disc can hold the same amount of data as 2 of these 5.25-inch discs. Unfortunately, very little software for Commodore 8-bit machines was ever released on 3.5-inch disc. The only example I have is the C128 version of Attack of the Petsky Robots, and this is actually a modern sort of indie game. And I don't think there were any games back in the day that were released on 3.5-inch disc for like the Commodore 64 or 128. The 1581 also has a few other quality of life features that the other earlier disk drives don't have, such as dip switches on the back for setting the device number, which is really handy if you want to daisy chain multiple disk drives. It also supports faster loading speeds when connected to a Commodore 128. Also, the 1581 uses an external power brick, which helps mitigate some of the overheating issues that the 1541 and 1571 disk drives had. I should also mention that the later 1541-2 also had these features like the dip switches and external power supply, but it's just a regular 5.25-inch disk drive and is functionally identical to the 1541, and it's just not nearly as cool or as rare as the 1581. Having a 1581 disk drive in your collection is a great way to show that you are a dedicated Commodore fan.